Okay, we are on solving compound inequalities. So I'm going to go ahead and flip to the back. We did the skill review in class, and now we have the new material. So the new material starts at 308. So I'm going to go page 308, number 1. So, on page 308, number 1, it has 4 less than or equal to p minus 8 and p minus 14 less than or equal to 2. So I have 2 inequalities. I'm going to go ahead and solve this one first. Obviously, pause the video and try yourself. So I'm going to go ahead and add 8 to both sides. I'm going to add 8 to both sides. That gives me 12, and I have this. I'm going to add 14 to both sides, add 14 to both sides. That gives me p, and I have this. So how do I pronounce this? So I would say p is greater than or equal to 12, and then I would say p is less than or equal to 16. So when I graph this, I need something at 12, and I go 13, 14, 15, 16. So if p is greater than or equal to 12, I put a closed circle. Greater than means to the right. This says p is less than or equal to 12, and that means to the left. So my line is actually in the middle, and my arrows do not go past my dots. And a big reason is because it says the word and. And typically means the arrows go together. So on number 2, I have r plus 6 less than negative 8, or r minus 3 greater than negative 10. So I'm going to go ahead and solve both of those. Go ahead and solve both and try to graph yourself first. So I'm going to take minus 6 to both. So I get r is less than negative 14. That is one of mine. I add 3, I get r is greater than negative 7. Now typically or means the arrows go in an opposite direction. Well, let's see if that is the case. So r is less than negative 14, so negative 14 would be over here. Less than means open circle, and it's going to the left. The other one says r is greater than negative 7, so if this is negative 14, I'm going to put negative 7 over here. I'm going to put an open circle. Greater than means to the right. Number 3. I have 4a plus 7 greater than or equal to 31, or a greater than 5. So a greater than 5 is already solved. I'm going to take minus 7. I get 4a is greater than or equal to 24. Divide by 4. A is greater than or equal to 6. So here we go. So if this is 0, I know 6 is over here, 5 is over here. So this one is slightly different than what we've seen, because if a is greater than 5, I'm going to put an open circle at 5, and my arrow is going to go this way. But then it says a is greater than or equal to 6, so I'm going to put a closed circle, and the arrow is also going this way. So if I connect my arrows, and since it says or, one of these have to be true. So I start with the very first one I see, and it goes through. So this is what it would look like graphed, and I don't need 2 arrows anymore, I just need 1 arrow going through. Number 4, I have 2 less than or equal to g plus 4 less than 7. I could split this into 2 if I want to. I can split it. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of the 4 in the middle. If I take minus 4, I need to take minus 4 to both sides. So this would be negative 2 less than or equal to g less than 3. So if I were to draw my line, my number line, this is how I would pronounce it. G is greater than or equal to negative 2. So if negative 2 is over here, greater than or equal to means it's going to the right. But then it also says G is less than 3. So if I have the number 3, open circle, going to the left, there is what it looks like. So, old material, do not use a calculator. Pause the video every single time, and I want you to try first. So you're on P3, number 17. P3, number 17. P3, number 17. So P3, number 17 is a fraction. Go ahead and try. Your fraction was 11 over 12 minus 3 over 4. You have to have a common denominator whenever you need to add or subtract fractions. Okay? So the common denominator between 12 and 4, 12 and 4 would be 12. I apologize, I don't know why. There we go. There we go. That helps a little bit with the fuzziness. So my common denominator is 12. So how did I get from 12 to 12? I multiplied by 1. That's how I got 11 over 12. Minus, and I got to take 4 times 3. 3 times 3 gives me 9. 11 minus 9 gives me 2. So 2 over 12. If I divide by 2, I get 1 over 12. That's how we reduce our fraction. Go ahead and try number 18. Pause the video and try. Number 18, we have 2 fractions. If we are adding fractions, we need to come up with a common denominator. My common denominator would be 18. 1 over 2 becomes 9 over 18. 4 over 9 becomes 8 over 18. 9 plus 8 is 17, and we always keep the denominator the same, 17 over 18. Number 28. Pause the video and try. On number 28, we have to divide fractions. If you divide fractions, you're going to keep your first fraction, you're going to change your sign, and then you're going to flip your second. Keep, change, flip. We multiply across. 2 negatives make a positive. 2 times 15 is 30. 21 times 2 is 42. I reduced by 2. I got 15 over 21. I reduced by 3. I got 5 over 7. On number 29, go ahead and pause the video and try. Number 29, I need to check mark. 2 times 2 plus 1 is 5 over 2 times 2 over 15. Multiply straight across. That's 10 over 30. I'm going to go ahead and reduce by 10, and I get 1 over 3. Then you guys have an equation that you need to solve. Go ahead and pause the video and try. The first thing I do is I distribute by negative 3. So I got negative 3v minus 9 equals negative 6 minus 2v. I brought my 3v over, so I add 3v to both sides. 1v. I got rid of my 6. I got negative 3. v equals negative 3. You could have had v equals negative 3, and it's the same thing. Number 2, pause the video and try. On number 2, I distributed first, negative 4, and I distribute. So I got negative 4a minus 16 equals negative 4a minus 16. I add 4a to both sides, my a's go away. I have negative 16 equals negative 16. That means all real numbers because my left side equals the right side. Number 3, pause the video and try. On number 3, we have to distribute first. Negative times negative is a positive. 3 times 11 is 33, and I put a 1 underneath. 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. And then I have 1 times 3 is 3. Multiply by your denominator. I see a 3, so I multiplied everything by 3. When you multiply everything by 3, you get 33x plus 6 equals negative 93. Get rid of my 6. Same signs, debt plus debt is more debt. I divided by 33. Negative 99 divided by 33 is negative 3. Number 4. Pause the video and try. On number 4, I distributed. I put a 1 under the negative 2. 8 times negative 2, negative 16. 3 times 1 is 3. 8 times negative 7 is negative 56. 3 times 2 is 6. I brought the negative 2 in down. Now I multiplied by my denominators. 3 times 6, 3 times 6, 3 times 6, 3 times 6. My left side, I came up with negative 839 equals 96n minus 168 minus 56n. Or 36, sorry, 36n. I combine like terms, so I combine negative 168 and, negative 36n and 96n. That gives me 60n because I subtract. Then I got rid of the negative 168, so I add 168. When I add 168, the top number's negative, the bottom's positive, therefore we subtract. When you subtract, you should get negative 662 equals 60n. I divided by 60, and I did it longhand. When I do it longhand, I got negative 11 and 2/60. Then I simplified, negative 11 and 1/30. Then you have page 110, number 16. Go ahead and pause the video and try. On page 110, number 16, it says find 4 consecutive integers. Consecutive means in order. N plus 1, n plus 2, n plus 3. Then what I did is I combined like terms and I solved. I got 25, 26, 27, 28. Page 109, number 75. Go ahead and pause the video and try. Number 25 said 12 is 1/5 of a number. What is the number? I solved for my n. I multiplied both sides by my denominator. I got 60 equals, my 5's cancel, so I got n. N equals 60. Page 301, number 22. Pause the video and try. So 301, number 22. 3/4 of a number decreased by 9 is at least, that means equal to or greater than 42. Then I went ahead and I solved my inequality. My final answer was n greater than or equal to 68. Page 301, number 23. Pause the video and try. So, 2/3 of a number added to 6 is at least, there's your at least, greater than or equal to 22. I multiplied everything by my denominator, I solved, and I got n is greater than or equal to 24. And we are done.